In the verdant hamlet of Willowford, where roses bloomed as freely as gossip, Miss Eleanor Langley was esteemed for her wit, grace, and a heart that fluttered most ardently for Mr. Theodore Weston. Mr. Weston, a gentleman of considerable charm and a modest estate, had arrived in Willowford only a 12-month prior, yet his warm smiles and earnest discourse had won the admiration of many, most particularly Eleanor and her cousin, Miss Cassandra Langley. Cassandra, possessed of a sharp tongue and sharper ambition, harbored a fervent attachment to Mr. Weston, though her affections were less rooted in tenderness than in a desire to secure his prospects. Eleanor, by contrast, loved with a quiet sincerity, her heart stirred by his thoughtful gestures, a book lent with care, a walk shared beneath the elms. Yet, where Eleanor's love was gentle, Cassandra's was a tempest, and she resolved to ensure Mr. Weston's heart would never settle upon her cousin. The first of Cassandra's schemes unfolded at the Willowford Assembly Ball. Eleanor, adorned in a gown of soft muslin, had secured a dance with Mr. Weston, their steps light with mutual delight. But Cassandra, with a feigned stumble, spilled a glass of punch upon Eleanor's dress, forcing her to retire in dismay. Cassandra seized the moment, engaging Mr. Weston in lively banter, though his eyes followed Eleanor's retreating figure with concern. Undeterred, Cassandra whispered to the matrons that Eleanor's health was frail, hoping to cast doubt on her suitability as a wife. At the next gathering, a picnic by the river, Cassandra's machinations grew bolder. She contrived to seat herself beside Mr. Weston, regaling him with tales of her accomplishments, while Eleanor, relegated to a distant blanket, offered only shy smiles. When Mr. Weston proposed a stroll to gather wildflowers, Cassandra insisted on joining, only to accidentally lead them into a bramble patch, from which she emerged unscathed, but left Eleanor's hem torn and spirits bruised. Yet Mr. Weston, ever gallant, offered Eleanor his arm, his touch lingering as he murmured apologies for the misadventure. Cassandra's final gambit came at the Harvest Festival, where a quadrille was to be the evening's centerpiece. Determined to secure Mr. Weston's hand for the dance, she bribed the fiddler to hasten the tune, knowing Eleanor's preference for slower measures. Eleanor, however, danced with such unaffected grace that Mr. Weston, captivated, sought her for the next set, leaving Cassandra to fume in the company of a dour widower. In a fit of pique, Cassandra spread a rumor that Eleanor had entertained a secret suitor, hoping to provoke Mr. Weston's distrust. But the gentleman, having observed Eleanor's constancy, dismissed the tale as folly. One crisp autumn morning, Mr. Weston called at Langley House, his purpose clear. Cassandra, eavesdropping from the parlor, overheard his request to speak with Eleanor alone. In a panic, she burst forth, declaring her own ardent devotion, her words a torrent of desperation. Mr. Weston, with polite firmness, declared his heart irrevocably Eleanor's, praising her kindness and sincerity as unmatched. Cassandra, humiliated, fled to her chamber, leaving Eleanor to receive Mr. Weston's proposal, a heartfelt offer of love and a future entwined. The wedding was a joyous affair, with Willowford's bells ringing in celebration. Eleanor, radiant as Mrs. Weston, found her happiness complete, while Cassandra, chastened by her folly, departed to visit distant relations, her schemes but a fading memory. And so, in the gentle embrace of love and laughter, Eleanor and Theodore Weston lived happily ever after, their days filled with the quiet joys of a life well loved.